The more often I look on Skyrim modding stage, the more I see it already became much more than that, than just a game with crazy amount of mods of often spectacular ambitions and professional quality. Skyrim and its mods became a worldwide phenomenon, a never-ending adventure and a land of endless possibilities. And by the way, it already exceeded the mark of 100,000 mods. No kidding. And so, this year gifted us thousands of new mods, where dozens of which were incredibly interesting. Welcome folks, I'm Sinitar and that's my honor to showcase 10 most beautiful, qualitative and innovative mods released in 2018. Let's go! Number 10. Terra Umbra, a dreamer player home with comfy interiors and beautiful thematic design which can fly across Skyrim? Yep, I'm serious, you're finding the home itself lying in ruins in a frozen canyon. And you also find a frostbitten body with two strange spell tomes. From this point, you can literally lift the whole structure by telekinesis magic, and if you will be able to do this, it will float in the air waiting for your commands. But even more, you can use another spell to move yourself together with the house in air and arrive at any Skyrim settlement using the most epic fast traveling way ever. Just how freaking cool it is! Number 9. God's Armor Replacer. Elder Scrolls God's Armors are somewhat iconic in their look, but after playing game for so many years, you may want something fresh, right? Skyrim has thousands of armor mods, but frankly they almost never cover God armors, and if they do, usually in some unimmersive way like giving them Dark Souls armors and so on. The God's Armor Replacer is quite different. It makes a complete change of Skyrim God armors, changing not only textures, but models as well. Yet the new armors are looking amazing and fitting Skyrim Nordic spirit greatly, giving refreshing yet lore-friendly upgrade. It also has optional model for housecarls. Number 8. Dynamic Closing System. What Morrowind, Elder Scrolls Online and even not Fallout 4 have that Skyrim doesn't? Partial clothing, not just armor, boots, gloves, helmet slots, but plenty of smaller armor parts which you can wear separately and combine them as you wanted. Shoulders armor, thighs armor, groin armor, knees armor, breastplates, scarves, belts and more. You can use like iron breastplate with black leather pants and put steel knee plates together with hunter belt and a witch scarf, no problem. Wanna run as a true barbarian in groin clothing and hand wraps only? You can do it now too. Number 7. Depths of Skyrim. Skyrim Underwater World, well, it simply didn't exist for me personally. I mean seriously, there is just nothing underwater besides an occasional rare fishes which you can catch for some meat and very rare treasure chests. The underwater world space design in Skyrim was pretty empty and not interesting to explore it at all. The depths of Skyrim changes that. Mod completely overhauls the underwater landscapes in Sea of Ghosts, and it doesn't end on landscape changes only. Giant kelps, coral forests, new underwater grass types, over thousands of new fishes, packs of horkers swimming across the sea, new icebergs and of course, several dozens of new unmarked treasures for you to find, shipwrecks and so on. Number 6. The Realm of Lorkhan. The alternative start type of mods are absolutely essential. After replaying the game again and again and again, we want to try the game beginning in some other ways, and alternate start mods greatly add to the roleplay aspect of the game by allowing you to become who you want to be, and not use a pre-written character design in Helgen. I'm sure you all know at least Live Another Life and Skyrim Unbound mods, but lately a new mod of this type was released with really unique approach. You are appearing in so-called realm of Lorkhan, a place outside time and space where people's souls are reborn in, and able to make plenty of choices about how to start your new path. Not only the place itself is looking fantastic, like handling in space with Maik the lyre making a hot soup, but the approach to alternate start itself is brand new. You have the absolute freedom in who you want to be. First of all, you can choose a class, a preset of certain bonuses and skills you prefer. Aside from class, you can additionally choose boons and curses, bonuses and penalties respectively to your skills and attributes. Want to play as a born thief but not that much a magician? Get a thief class and a penalty to your magicka to represent this. The most wild is you can mix the classes, boons and curses at the same time as much as you want. You can literally take all of them, some of them, or take none for hardcore gameplay. Same with starting equipment. You can grab a Daedric battle axe or take absolutely nothing before appearing in Skyrim, meaning like starting as a literal beggar. You can also choose any standing stone you like as well. All this opens a brand new, limitless pack of choices for roleplay-wise starts. Oh, and did I mention the place itself is charming? Yeah, of course I did. Number 5. Citizens of Tamriel. We all love Skyrim, otherwise millions of people would not play it thousands of hours even before trying their first mod ever. A huge, endless sandbox for whatever you want to do, an epic world for you to explore. But many weak sides of it are not going anywhere either. Dialogues in Skyrim is something most of us are just clicking through almost instantly just to get or finish the quest faster. That's happening because, of course, not all, but majority of miscellaneous dialogues in the game are simply empty, meaningless, and the more you talk to NPCs, the less you want to do this again. Citizens of Tamriel is a tribute to old-school RPGs like Baldur's Gate, Fallout, Bloodlines and others. The mod adds 25 NPCs across Skyrim which you can meet, and as soon you go through the first dialogue lines, you see the immense difference and want to talk more. Each of the conversations are essentially character studies, allowing the player to come to their own conclusion about the themes or events being explored in dialogue lines, without being explicitly told what to think or railroaded into a choice. Some encounters might be comical, some of them might be deadly serious, but ultimately how you react to them and how they progress is up to you. This is one of those mods that fits seamlessly into the game and feels like a native part of it, something games should always have.
Astrid is troubled. She hides it well, same as any of us, but I see that something out of the ordinary clouds her mind. She has brought us far, this last bastion of Sithis. It was not an easy path, and she should be respected.
That's the best you've got, is it? I can tell you must be very successful. Oh, but who am I to resist such charms? You must have maidens from here to Hammerfell swooning over you.
Ah, I assume you're the hired help. This place could use more drinks, and I am thirsty. Ah, I was mistaken then. You did have that dogged look about you, however, as if struggling for your next meal.
Oh yes, I have only the finest of items, premium quality, and at the very best of prices. All of this could be yours. Just step right up.
Now imagine for a moment that a civil war has broken out, and it's being led by one of their very own children. The land is being ravaged, countless innocents caught in the flames, and you have been ordered to kill everyone to put an end to this little rebellion.
Number 4. Skygerfall, Daggerfall's main quest in Test 5. Yeah, you heard it right. As I wrote in our Discord server, make sure to join it if you are still not there. By the way, we have cookies. You thought you have seen everything in Skyrim modding already? Nothing can surprise you. 3, 2, 1, meet Skygerfall. a partial implementation of the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall on Skyrim engine. If you are a long-time TES fan and know what Daggerfall is, I guess I don't even need to tell you anything else. But if you haven't played Daggerfall or want more details, here they are. Skygerfall is a part of Daggerfall role space on Skyrim engine. It covers a decent chunk of map, and this part of map is fully playable and explorable, with dungeons, weapons, armors, artifacts and generic loot, and even close to a whole Daggerfall bestiary in those dungeons. Mummies, ghosts, imps and much more. There is even classic spells like Mark and Recall and Levitation to have fun with. You can explore many of Daggerfall locations and dungeons, recreated with great attention to the details, but the most epic part here is Skygerfall offers a fully playable Daggerfall main quest which you can go through, which is also fully voiced by semi-professional, talented and really passionate voice actors. Yes, it is not a complete game of course, those who know what Daggerfall is in its size understand that such task would be simply impossible. But it is a really insanely massive project, which can give you a huge chunk of nostalgia on updated engine, or let you try Daggerfall if you wanted before, but too outdated graphics scared you. Skygerfall is a titanic work and definitely worth of your attention. Well, it's time for our top 3 finalists, right? A quest or new land mod is always something exciting. New areas, more content, that's what we all need, right? A good quest mod is almost a priceless gift for modding stage. Yet, there are some mod creators who are daring to go much above that. And when they have a success, we get a mod like Cobb Brink. From the authors of the best quest mod of 2K18, the huge, amazing Morrowind-inspired project AHO, the Cobb Brink is something similar, yet absolutely different. It is not that long and big in terms of storyline compared to Project AHO, but it is absolutely unique and charming in terms of the world space itself. Not every day you can get inside a pocket-Daedric realm, befriend the goblin tribes, and even travel in many other realms, each being unique in its look. In addition, the Cobb Brink offers unique vertical exploration system. In direct meaning of this, explore the world vertically, as you never did before. Only in Cobb Brink, you can have a talking shell as a companion, travel to alternate realities and realms, and experience such a never-else-seen world design that will leave you stunned. Number 2. Arcanum, a new age of magic. A mod with a proud name, which is totally deserved. Arcanum is a massive spell pack that combines magic gameplay with visual effects of quality never attempted before. The main problem of spell mods in Skyrim is not lack of spells, oh no, you can get like 2000 new spells easily if you just want that, but in practice, the more such mods you're using, the more you see that vastly majority of new spells are not quite new, and usually just a recolored version of regular vanilla spells with more or less damage and maybe a couple of different effects combined in best case. And so you're finding yourself spamming the same fireballs of different color again and again. Aside from really talented few mods like Apocalypse, such cases are happening really often, making mage gameplay highly repetitive. No more. Arcanum brings actually new, and what's most important, both visuals and new, elegant and highly synergy-friendly effects to the spells. So are you fighting a bandit gang which is superior to you in numbers? How about finding a tight passage to cast a vortex of wind and lightning, which aside from a decent damage, is sucking enemies in, preventing them from reaching you. A lot of enemies inside the vortex already. You are now ready to cast a devastating Master Destruction spell that takes a lot of time to cast, but invokes all 3 elements at the same time to literally vaporize them all. Surrounded? No problem, cast a spell which will knock enemies off their feet. Or maybe you learned your enemies good enough already and want to play even more tactical, cast a sun-like looking huge fireball, which is slow and static but inflicts a massive area damage when expiring. Arcanum introduces a truly creative spellcasting, which is limited mostly only with your own fantasy. For example, there is a mass destructive fire spell like a huge fire wave, which has simply crazy area damage, but with a drawback. After casting, you lose 85% of your maximum health. But let's be cunning, right? Why wait for enemies to hit you? First, just for example, cast invisibility spell. Apocalypse Shroud Walk will fit perfectly. Then cast this super duper destruction spell. Bang! You are in invisibility again, and in addition, the extremely powerful Divine Guardian just was summoned to distract the enemies. How? Well, another Arcanum spell from Restoration School is the Protection buff, which automatically summons this Guardian when your health drops below a certain threshold. And with this approach, the point here is you can trigger this condition at your will. Interesting combination, isn't it? One more deadly situation, catch all enemies close to you in a spectacular looking magic bubbles. You cannot damage them, but they can't even move as well. A great controlling spell to retreat and restore your powers. For its spells, Arcanum also changes and improves elements' effects themselves, making each element more unique and more tactical. Fire spells usually have higher cost and damage and are fast. Frost spells are usually slow, but received much more devastating effects towards enemy stamina and movement in general, and are much more tactical in usage. Just look on these artillery-like frost bombs with arc direction. You can throw over the fort walls, bombarding enemies without them even realizing that. Or the shock spells now can additionally damage certain percent of enemy health, etc. Arcanum offers huge amount of spell variety, currently for destruction and restoration, and more schools to come. And be sure, most of spells are actually unique and providing you an endless possibilities for any class, be it a mage or warrior or battle mage for your experience, finalizing that with stunning spell visuals, a perfect spell mod from every angle. Oh, and it also adds new thematic dungeon with a hard boss, just a little cherry on top of a tasty cake. And our golden winner, Wintersun, Face of Skyrim. Religion in Skyrim was it? Everything about rich, immense part of Tamrielic lore dedicated to its many deities on practice was limited to receiving an almost useless shrine blessing, and that's it. No actual worshipping system, no tenets, no benefits from the gods, nothing. And if you don't want to worship one of the divines and want to serve a Daedric princess, for example, or some old gods of other races, no again. Now imagine you can remove each and every no from these statements, add many other features and implement them into the game. Intrigued? You should be. A fully implemented worshipping system with tenets, shrines and lore books, pros and cons, unique powers as rewards for your faith, and over 50 deities to choose from. Yeah, you hear it, not just 9 divines, but also all 17 Daedric princes for evil or chaotic characters, or just anyone who bored from the 9 divines. But that's not the end. Elven ancestors Yokudan and Khajiit pantheons, and even truly old, unique gods and deities like Sithis, Ebonarm or Manimarco. And yeah, before you ask, all new deities receive the shrines and even the lore books. I will demonstrate a bit on example of Arcade, which is a perfect for paladin character. Arcade tenets say: slay the undead and their summoners, perform Arcade's rites, never openly break the laws of Skyrim, never summon the undead or become one of them. Wintersun is not just giving you flat bonuses, but introduces a clear rules to serve each deity. Following them will make your favor with this deity to grow, acting against them to drop, and deity may even completely abandon you when the favor reaches 0. This allows you to actually roleplay your character on its fullest, building it around immersive rule sets. When you become a follower of a deity, visiting a shrine or meeting certain other conditions, you receive follower passive ability. In our case, that's an increased health regeneration bonus, attention based on current health, meaning that at very low health levels, you can regenerate just like a crazy, up to 5% of max health per second, which is first of all fitting the paladin and secondly is a powerful bonus to tanky characters from purely gameplay perspective. In addition, you can perform SKSE rites, an immersive burial ritual of praying for the person or creature's soul. When you become a devotee, high enough favor, you receive an ability to be resurrected upon taking fatal damage, but this costs a really big amount of favor, 15% in our case. Once again, a really powerful ability and greatly fitting the Holy Paladin character type itself. Wintersun is incredibly immersive, lore-friendly, complex, yet easy to follow mod, which not only boosts your roleplay and gives incredibly useful powers and abilities, but also does that in just crazy amount of ways to go. Remember, over 50 deities. With this mod you can expand your character building almost endlessly and with a great lore touch. A bonus mod. You may be interested in which EMB preset I was using for this video, as it is looking clearly different to Rudy EMB, which I am using on regular basis. Incredibly well balanced, performance friendly and at the same time offering a stunning visuals, Patrician EMB is the preset on the edge of realism and photorealism with beautiful and realistic colors, carefully tweaked shaders, resulting in stunning overall look. It is simply an amazing preset and the most beautiful creation in this mod category released in 2K19, try it for sure. Lastly, I have also put a few honorable mentions of other cool mods in the video description. What? You're still here? Well then, make sure you enable channel notifications and join our Discord to always stay in touch. If you want to help this channel projects, consider supporting me on Patreon with dozens of other amazing people. Thank you for watching, fellas, and now, move it, get those mods. Sinitar Gaming here, signing out.